Yes, we'll start with Amazon Web Services. Okay, right. So check here, like as part of this smart course, already we have seen, like yeah, just we have started as a offer batch actually. As part of this course, what are the course contents are there? I think already have gone through those contents. Okay, download course content, for example. Here, see, first we'll start with introduction to cloud computing. We'll see what is cloud computing, what are the various benefits are there with cloud computing. Okay, so after that we'll see characteristics of cloud computing. Means like we'll see here how to start working with AWS. Along with AWS infrastructure, what is the architecture of AWS plus various certifications of AWS. Then I will show you here to start practicing. We can create a free tier account. We can create to start practicing. So same thing in Microsoft Azure, how we can create a free account. Here also we can create a free tier account. So with that accounts here, we can start practicing. Okay, up to 12 months, we can practice with the free tier account. Then see, we'll see identity and access management. We'll see this in shortcut we are calling it as IAM. So by using this here, like we can create the users. Like same thing like in Windows we have Active Directory concept is the same here. We can create what users groups. Okay, we can grant the permissions on the respective services to the required users. Then we'll work with the storage here. We have yeah, one of a commonly used storage is the S3 simple storage service. Okay, so means what, how we can place the files into storage, how we can access those files. Okay, directly we can access through endpoints also. Okay, through URL also we can access the storage components. After that, say like before starting with EC2, we'll go with here Linux introduction part. Introduction to what Linux platform. Okay, so yeah, here we'll see like basics of Linux. We'll see generally why, because like yeah, so we can generally said to work with the EC2 instances, especially like Linux machine. So generally some basics are required, Linux basics are required, we'll see here. Then say like compute services, we'll see where we have majorly EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay, so which allows to create the machines, virtual machines. We can create cell Windows machines, we can create Linux machines, Mac, any machines we can create here. Only with OS we can create with SQL Server, with Oracle Server, with any other softwares also. We'll see here easy. Route 53 is it? Basically, it is like our DNS server. We'll see that one. Then working with databases, we'll see here we have majorly RDS is it, relational database service. Okay, where we can launch here different types of databases, including MS SQL, Oracle, MySQL, MariaDB. Okay, Amazon has their own database called Aurora DB. All these things, yeah, we can maintain here. In the same way, we'll see migrations also, how we can do on-premises databases, migrating to AWS RDS. Right. After that, we'll start with VPCs here, Virtual Private Cloud, which is basically to create the networks here, our own network, to work with the networking features in the cloud. We have VPC option. Then here security options are there, CloudTrail, AWS configuration, various security options are there. We'll see some application services are there, messaging services, various things. And some tools are there for monitoring purpose. We have here CloudWatch is a live monitoring we can do, as well as we can do monitoring by using this by using the by creating, we can create the alarms we can create here, like alarms are nothing but like thresholds, means like alerts. Okay, so these are still like major concepts are there, like yeah, as part of like this course. Okay, major concepts what we are going to discuss. Yeah, daily will take 1 hour session. Yeah, 6 to 7 IST time. Okay, then we'll go up to 30 to 35 classes. Means 32. It takes 30 to 40 days or complete course. Okay, right. So basically, we know that let's say we'll start with what is cloud computing. What are the cloud computing benefits are there? Why today most of the clients are going with what cloud computing? And generally, remember, cloud computing is basically just remember providing the infrastructure, providing the IT resources, everything in the form of global data centers with the help of your global data centers. Basically, remember like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, these people, companies has developed their own data centers across the globe. Means what? Tomorrow, whenever a new client is there, instead of building the data center at client location, okay, so which is called on-premises environment, we can go with what? Cloud data centers today. Okay, so why? Because due to these cloud data centers, we have so many benefits are there. In general, say like today we have two types of working environment or computing options are there. On premises and cloud computing options are there. On premises already we know, like we can build what? A separate data center we can build at client location. Okay, in case of what? On premises environment, we can build a separate data center at client location. So there we can deploy all the softwares, okay, everything. Then we'll make the applications to start working with, right? Yes, that is called say like on premises environment. But remember, with this on premises environment today, we have so many limitations are there. Those limitations we are going to overcome with the help of what? Cloud computing platforms. That's why we know already today any IT person, any IT person, okay, so it may be a database administrator or it may be Windows team member or resource, any resource team, any IT persons here, they have to compulsory go with this cloud computing platforms today, right? Why? Because now like slowly clients are moving towards what? Cloud computing platforms. Okay, right, right. So why? Because like we have to understand here, like yeah. So we have to understand here. No need to build what? Like yeah. No need to build what? Like data centers for every client in their own location. So instead of purchasing the hardware, softwares, we'll make our clients, means we'll make the applications, databases directly we can deploy in our cloud data centers, right? So check here what are the major benefits are there with the cloud computing environment. So what are the limitations are there first here, like with on-premises environment? First one here, capital expenditure is high, right? Everything we have to purchase hardware, softwares, networking components, right? So storage, VPNs, firewalls, everything we need to purchase. That's why capital expenditure will be very. The same way operational expenditure is more, means like monthly we need to pay the power bills. We need to maintain a separate space. We need to we need to have like RPS, right? Redundant power supply we need to maintain, right? So in the same way, air conditioning, like this also like plus we need to maintain resource team here, like Windows team, storage team, network team, security team, like various teams we need to maintain here. That's why operational expenditure, like monthly expenditure, is also high for us. Operational expenditure. The same is a time taking process. Means what, tomorrow if you want to build one local data center at client location, right? It's time taking process. Correct, right? Means what, first we have to go for hardware procurement. First we have to design the architecture. Means how many servers are required, with what configuration, everything. Then remember, after that we have to go for hardware procurement. Then we have to purchase the softwares. Then we have to integrate. Then say test, deploy the applications, databases. Like this is a very lengthy process, a time-taking process. But today, to go with the current competition, let's say my client is asking that my databases should be available within 1 day, for example. My application should be available within 2 days, for example. Right. So those things we can handle here with the help of cloud computing platforms only. Security problems are there here. In the same way, scalability issues are there. Okay. So maintenance is lengthy. This is like various problems are there here with the on-premises environment. That is the reason to overcome these problems. Now we have cloud computing platforms. Just remember, cloud computing platform means what? Amazon has built the data centers across the globe. Here, see, in case of India, we have data center in Mumbai. Now, recently, they have started building one more data center here in Hyderabad. Actually, remember, these are like, we have regions. Generally, we'll call these as what? Regions. In the architecture, we'll see. Actually, remember, in Mumbai region, we have multiple data centers. In a region, remember, we have minimum 2 data centers in every region for redundancy purpose. Generally, say like architecture, we'll see we have regions are there. Under region, we have availability zones are there. Availability zone is nothing but one data center. We can understand. Like this here in Mumbai region, we have 3 availability zones are there, 3 data centers are there. Means for redundancy purpose. Even one data center is down, no problem. Or resources are available in what? Next data center. Okay. Yes. So like this, like various benefits are there. Just remember how we can define. Cloud computing is basically what? Providing the computing resources over internet. Just we need internet connection. Through internet connection, just what we can do, we can create a free account initially in AWS. Then we can start working with the resources in the required data center, in required region. That's why we have to understand any cloud platform provides the resources in the form of services, right? Yes. So means like we have seen like EC2 one service is there through which we can create the virtual machines. RDS one service is there, relational database service through which we can create and manage the databases. Like this here everything is provided in the form of service. Whenever we say service, we know already we are not going to pay any fixed amount, right? Suppose tomorrow you are taking internet service we are taking. Right, monthly depends on usage only. We are going to pay. We are not paying any fixed money. Same thing here also, depends on usage only. We are paying the we are paying to the cloud provider. Okay, that's it. That is the reason, sir. No need to purchase anything. Upfront cost is not there. Operational expenditure also will reduce. Why? Because OS hardware, those things are maintained by Amazon itself. Okay, the same way, like no need to maintain a separate data center at client location with separate space, with air conditioning, with RPS, with security. These are like various benefits are there with cloud computing platforms today. That's why most of the clients are going with cloud computing platforms. Like here, like already we have seen, in case of on-premises, we have to plan, buy the hardware and software, install, then start operating. Okay, so that's why capital expenditure will be very high. That is the reason, sir, cloud computing came into the existence market. First time, remember in 2007, AWS has launched this cloud computing model first time in the market. Amazon has launched what? Cloud computing model first time into the market. Obviously, we know who is coming first. Generally, they will take most of the market. We know, right? Who is coming in the market first? Generally, they will take most of the market. Same thing here also. AWS has come into market first time. That's why now it is leading in the market now. Next we have Microsoft Azure. Okay, right. So that's what like various definitions are there. Cloud computing is the delivery of computing services over the internet. Okay, right. Yeah, please type in the chat panel if any questions are there, queries are there. Okay, just to avoid the disturbance in recording, just have not provided you option to talk, but from Monday onwards, next class onwards, we can discuss. Okay. So I will unmute you. We can talk also. Yeah, better to use the chart panel. Please type in the chart panel if any simple doubts are there. Okay, right. Yes, just a very simple definition is there, sir. What is cloud computing? Just providing the computing resources over what? Internet. Very simple definition is there. Okay, right. So now check here, like, yeah, what is there in the cloud data center? Everything is available. See, the cloud data center, we have servers are there, storage is there, databases, everything is available here in the cloud data center, networking, everything. Right? Yes. So, and once again, remember, like companies offering these computing services are called cloud providers. Cloud providers. Already we know almost all hundreds plus companies are there who are providing what cloud computing services. But we know already Amazon is leading in the market. Next we have Microsoft. Next we have GCP, Google Cloud Platform. Typically charges are there based on usage only. Means what? No need to pay any fixed amount. So yeah, charges are there, depends on usage only, right? Suppose let's say you are using the server for 10 hours, for example. You are using the server for 10 hours. So depends on usage only we are paying here. No need to pay any fixed money. That's another major benefit is this here with the cloud computing platforms. Means upfront cost is not there to the customers. Benefits are there, hardware benefits are there, means what, no need to purchase the hardware, no need to set up by our own, no need to waste that time. Okay, right. Then say like global presence. Say today, these cloud data centers are available everywhere here, globally. Globally, everywhere they are available. That's why we can place our applications, databases in any data center. If you see here, like only like slightly cost difference may be there. Okay, if you are placing in what different locations. AWS here, global infrastructure. Global infrastructure. Yeah, almost all here today we have 25 regions are there. Here already we know region is a collection of a data center. We have seen according to this Gartner study, AWS is leading in the market up to August 2020 studies here last year. Then we have Microsoft Azure, then we have GCP. Leaders here, these are the challengers. Okay, Alibaba, all these are what challengers. Okay, right. So everywhere say like, yeah, check here, Microsoft is showing very clearly. We have, these are the regions are there here. Okay, yeah, check it like various regions are there. In Northern Virginia, we have maximums here, availability zone 6 here. Okay, so here the more availability zones are there, more data centers are there. This is here, yeah, in Gulf. They have built recently in South Africa also. Now remember, like now they are coming in, yeah, UAE. And yeah, in Mumbai we have already said in case of India with our 3 availability zones, and they are coming here. See, Hyderabad coming soon. They are building, but here also they are making one availability zone in Hyderabad, for example. Like this here, almost all here around the world, almost all everywhere, Australia, everywhere here, cloud data centers are available here. These are the various benefits are there, Amazon is saying. Okay, yes, yes. So that is the reason no need to build what our own local data centers. Directly we can use these cloud data centers. That's a global presence is there, on-demand services here. At any time we can deploy our databases, we can create the machines, we can work with here on demand. Means what, no need to take any approvals. Okay, so that's remember like yeah, enabled, no need to take what, any separate approvals. It directly we can start working. That's why your on-demand services are there. The same way scalability is there, another major benefits here. Like why? Because at any time, here scale up, scale down activities we can do. At any time we can increase the resources, we can decrease the resources. Means what, tomorrow we have 32 GB RAM server is there. we can increase up to 256 GB at any time, for example. Again, we can take it down also to reduce the cost. Okay, right. So that's like scalability benefits are there. Broad network access already we know we can access from any network anywhere. Then the same way like pay as you go. Check here. We have so many options are there. Different options are there to use the cloud services in AWS. But basic option is there. Pay as you go. Means what depends on usage only. We need to pay. No need to pay any fixed amount. Check here. Pay as you go option is there as part of AWS. Right. The same way hybrid compatibility. Even remember like the yeah, hybrid compatibility means what? Even like some services are there, some resources are there in on-premises environment. Still, we can use those resources, and we can merge. Plus, we can merge with the cloud data center resources. We can merge with the cloud data center resources. Means hybrid means what? On premises, we have some servers are there. Still, we can use that servers and we can merge with the cloud servers also. Means let's say primary server is there here in cloud, secondary server is there here in on-premises environment. That is called your hybrid compatibility. Hybrid compatibility. Yes. Check your high performance benefits are there. Why? Because today they are using GBPS networks. Amazon is saying we are using what for communication purpose. They are using GBPS gigabytes network. They are using GBPS. Plus for storage here they are using normal HDDs, standard SSDs, plus premium SSDs also they are using here, premium, whose IO throughput is very high, very high. Okay, these are still like very high performance benefits are there, and Amazon is saying we are upgrading the hardware very frequently. These are the various benefits are there here with the cloud computing platforms today. Then what is the official definition of cloud computing here from NIST, National Institute of Standards and Technology? Check your official definition of cloud computing. Here very clearly they are defining. Actually in this definition we have two parts are there. First part here, cloud computing is a model for enabling on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources, right? Why? Because already Amazon has or Microsoft has, they are maintaining the pool of resources which we can configure, start using. Configure, start using here. Suppose tomorrow I want one Windows server, no need to install complete Windows server from scratch. No need to install. Just yeah, select the which size server you want. Just put the host name, username, password. Okay, then some network related options, storage related, then launch the server. Like this, like configurable computing, just configure, start using, configure, start using. The same way tomorrow, if you want to deploy SQL Server database, no need to install SQL Server, already SQL Server is installed. Just we have to create the database, then we can deploy. Like they say, like yeah, configurable computing resources that can be rapidly provisioned. Provisioning means what? Creating. Immediately these can be created and released with minimal management efforts. Yeah? Management efforts are also very less. Or service provider interaction means what? No need to interact with Amazon every time. This is the first part of the definition. Second part of the definition said this cloud service model consists of 5 essential characteristics. Okay, 3 service models important for us, and 4 deployment models here. Thus, remember, whenever we are saying that this is cloud computing platform, for example, whenever we are saying this is our cloud computing platform, then how we can say that whether it is a cloud computing platform or not? Okay, that's why it should have here these 5 essential characteristics here. What are the essential characteristics are there here? On-demand self-service, right? Yes, on-demand self-service means what? At any time we can create the resources, and self-service means what? We can create the resources by our own. Okay, no need to create what? No need to take any approvals or anything. No need to ask yeah, Amazon to create this one for me. So self-service here. Okay, right, right. Then next one said broad network access is that we can access from any network. Rapid elasticity, third characteristics. Why? Because elasticity means, remember, we can do something called scale up, scale down activities. Already we have seen. Suppose Amazon is saying sale is there between 10 to 15, means coming July 10 to 15. At that time, remember, we need what? More resources, right? Means what? More network traffic is there. That's why at that time, remember, we can increase the resources. After that, sir, once after 15, we can decrease it back to yeah, previous size to reduce the cost. That is like rapid elasticity is it. Measured services already we have seen. Depends on usage only we need to pay. Resource pooling means what? All the resources are available in the form of pool so that we can use that resources. Right, right. So then said these are the 3 major services are there we have to understand. First point already we know cloud computing platform provides the yeah, resources in the form of what? Services, right? Yes. 3 major services are there. Generally, we have divided the services into 3 categories here. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. 3 major services. So here infrastructure as a service means what? Amazon will provide us the complete infrastructure. Means what? Hardware. Means what? Virtual machines they will provide, plus networking components, storage. Okay. So firewalls, VPNs, everything they are providing here, which are available readily in the cloud data center. Cloud data centers are readily available. Okay, right. That means what? Just remember, infrastructure as a service means what? We can create here. We can create our own dedicated servers. We can create our own Windows server, Linux server. We can shut down the server at any time. We can restart the server at any time. In that server, we can install our necessary softwares. Only here, see, only here, Amazon will maintain the hardware. That is like in case of what? Infrastructure as a service. Whereas PaaS is there hereby because in case of IaaS, it is here we are maintaining our own dedicated server whose cost is high. That's why to avoid that problem. Okay, now we can go with what? PaaS actually. platform as a service. Generally, say this IaaS environment in general we'll call it as single tenant. Single tenant means what? We can have a dedicated server or own server. Whereas like multi-tenant, by default, remember total cloud computing platform is multi-tenant environment. Multiple clients can use what? Cloud computing resources. But in IaaS, as a client, remember, as a customer, we can create our own dedicated servers. We have to understand. Whereas again, suppose let's say I don't want one dedicated server, okay, whose cost is high. In that case, what we can do? We can go with PaaS also, platform as a service. It is a shared environment. Means what? One server is there. In that server, remember, we can have our applications, our databases, other clients' applications, other client databases also. Means what? We don't have control at a server level. Means we can't restart the server, we can't shut down the server. We have control only on our application and database only. Okay, why? Because it is not dedicated environment, right? Yes. So that is like cost is very less. Basically, it is a shared environment. We have to understand. Means platform as a service. Platform is also ready. Here in this scenario, after installing OS, means once the machine is ready, we need to install separately SQL Server, for example. But here see, SQL Server is also there. Oracle Server is also there. Directly we can deploy our databases. Understood, right? Yes. Software as a service here. Generally, remember, as a IT company, let's say I'm running one IT company, for example. As a IT company, what we can do? We can use either IaaS or PaaS services from Amazon. We will add our own application, our own software, and that software will provide to our end users, our customers. That software I am providing to my end users. That is, it comes under SaaS. That's why today SaaS applications are there here in the market. Means what? Suppose tomorrow you have developed one SaaS application for a client. So that complete application is available in the cloud data center. Means what? Our client has to create just a subscription in the application. Then he can start using our application. Means what? No need to download anything in their machines. No need to install anything. Like Office 365 is there, right? No need to download in our laptop. No need to start working with. That's why that is here, that comes under one of a SaaS applications here, Office 3. Like Salesforce is there. Okay, different products are there, right? Yeah, those are the three major services are there. In the summary, we can understand like this here. The traditional IT, everything we have to maintain. In case of IaaS here, provider is maintaining, Amazon is maintaining, Microsoft is maintaining, networking, storage, servers, virtualization. OS is optional again. We can maintain middleware, our SQL Server, Oracle servers, databases, application servers, websites, everything we are maintaining. Whereas in PaaS here, OS middleware runtime is also maintained by provider itself. Means what? SQL Server, Oracle Server, .NET Runtime, Java Runtime. So those servers are also maintained by provider itself, but only we have to focus on our databases plus applications. Just deploy the database, start working with the database, deploy the application, start working with the application. Whereas in SaaS here, software as a service, check here, everything is provided by a provider. But in general, in real time, In case of SaaS, what we are doing as a IT company, I will take either IaaS or PaaS services from Amazon. Plus, I will add my own application, my app, mobile app, that I will provide to the end users as a SaaS application, right? Yes, these are still like three major services are there here as part of any cloud computing platforms. Let's see, five essential characteristics we have seen, three service models we have seen, four deployment models are there here, public, private, hybrid, community. By default, remember, whenever we say cloud computing environment, it refers to public cloud. Why? Because Microsoft has developed, Amazon has developed, Google has developed what? Data centers, public data centers are available where we can place our resources. Even like Amazon can deploy the cloud resources in the private also for a particular organization only, which is called say private cloud, especially for banking, okay, applications plus government related applications. Even they can build the private cloud data center also at client location if they want, which comes under their private cloud. This is public cloud is multi-tenant actually, multiple clients resources are there here. This is single tenant, right? Dedicated one, but cost is very high. In general, remember, whenever we are working, we are mostly 90% we are working with public cloud. 10 to 15% we can work with private cloud. Okay. Then hybrid cloud is a combination of public plus private is called what? Hybrid cloud. Means what, some resources are there in public cloud data center in Mumbai. Some resources are there in my organization itself. So which that combination we are calling it as what? Hybrid cloud. Community cloud is it basically for same community industries. Means like a healthcare community, education related community. But remember, in general, whenever we are working with cloud computing, we are working with mostly 70% we are working with public cloud. Okay, 30%, 25% here, combination of this here, hybrid cloud. Okay, let's now to start working with AWS here. AWS, first we have to create here, first steps here, we have to create a free tier account. Okay, so first we have to create what? Free tier account. After creating free tier account, then we can start working with AWS. Okay, means what, by using either credit card or debit card, we can create a free tier. Okay, so free tier account for students or free tier accounts here. Yeah, create a free account. We can create a free account just by providing some information, personal details, then credit card details. You can select here any one role, any one role, administrator. I'm interested in anything here. Others you can see here. Right, these are the various options are there, right? Major services, submit. Then we can, yeah, starts here working with. We can create the subscriptions, right? After creating the free tier account, then we can start practicing. I will show you again how we are creating free tier account. Very simple steps are there. Simple steps are there to create what? Free tier account. Right. So after that, next one here, once the free tier account is ready, next here, console.aws.amazon.com. Now by connecting to the consoles here, already have connected actually. Yeah, already have created the account actually. So we can connect to the consoles here, we can work with the various services. Like there so many services are there here as part of what AWS. Already we know compute services are there, storage services are there, machine learning. Okay, so database services are there, migration services, networking services, media services, developer tools are there. These are basically for DevOps team members. Like this, like various services are there. Here we can work with these services. Very simple steps are there. If you want to create a machine neighbor, virtual machine, we can go with the EC2. EC2 is here, Elastic Cloud Compute Cloud. So by using this EC2, we can create the instances actually. Instances are nothing but what? Machines, virtual machines. Okay, so we can create Windows machines. We can create here. We can create Linux machines. Anything we can create here. Mac, any machines. In general, remember while practicing, use these eligible images only. Don't use other images. This year Windows Server with 2017 SQL Server also here. Means Windows Server 2019 in that SQL Server 2017 standard edition will get. So that we can start working with. While practicing, use this free tier accounts. Okay, so like this are very simple steps are there. Here we can create the machines immediately. We can start working with those machines. Yeah, we'll see some one, two examples we'll see first before starting with. Then we'll go with the next concept. Means what? We'll start with the AWS first theoretically. Then we'll see what are the main services are there in AWS. Then I will show you some services just to start working with, like creating virtual machines, creating databases. After that, we'll see AWS architecture. We'll see AWS architecture. Then we'll start with one by one services according to our content. This is as part of today's class. Just we have seen what is cloud computing. We have discussed, right? What are the benefits are there? What are the official definitions of cloud computing? We have seen. Next one we have seen Amazon Web Services is one of a first cloud computing platform which was introduced in the market in 2007, almost also 13 14 years back. But see, like see, any cloud provider is providing the resources through what services. They have built the data centers across the globe. So in those data centers here, any resource we can use. Maybe storage or database servers, application servers, VPNs, network anything here we can use. We can start, we can deploy our applications, we can deploy our databases, we can make them available to our users. Right? Yes. Cloud computing is basically what? Providing the computing resources over the internet. Just remember, in our laptop, in our on-premises environment, nothing is there. Everything is there in the cloud data center. Okay. Yes. We'll start with AWS again. Some benefits of AWS we'll see. Architecture we'll see. Then how to create the account we'll discuss once again. Okay. Then we'll go with next step by step, next concept. Okay, right.